Hello, welcome. I'm Tiffany. This is Tiffany Lives Tarot. I make tarot down to earth and practical so you can get proactive about your life. Today, this is your weekly reading for the week of, the third week of September in 2020. Doesn't matter when you find this video, however, if you felt drawn to it, there is indeed a message here for you. This is my extended reading. And it's not always the same as the quickie that I do, but we're going to get into lots of details. And we're starting with some oracle cards. Woo! Wow. These earth magic cards today, like with my other reading too, they're flying out. It's crazy. All right. Oops. So why don't we start with them? Since there's three of them, they clearly need to be heard. Okay. We have vigilance. Sorry for the glare. Vigilance, stone people. When we get this card, you want to, be vigilant. But what does that mean exactly? It means being very aware. This might pertain, you may need some extra awareness in one part of your life or multiple parts or the whole freaking thing. But this is a call to pay attention. Don't go into auto robot zoning out kind of thing. Pay attention to what's happening around you. What are people saying? How are you feeling? How does your body feel? Okay? And yeah, there's something about awareness that is really key for whatever you're going to be going through this week. So you want to be paying attention. You want to breathe. When things, we get this card, this vigilance card. You have to be, it's always good to be present, so to speak, but you have to be vigilant when something's going on. So you know what the situation is. You know something's going on. A way to remain present and vigilant is to breathe. If you feel yourself drifting off and, into la-la land or into like toxic thought land, breathe, get yourself out of there. That's not going to help you. Staying present will, being vigilant will. If you have to be paying attention, help yourself by breathing. That brings you right back to the present. I like to tell all my clients, 3 deep breaths and you are present. It's that simple. And this is important. Okay, we've got DNA karma going on here. It's a situation that must play out. We're going to add more context to it, but what looks like what we're working up to here is a situation that must play out. It cannot be avoided. To avoid it will just bring more discomfort, unease to the situation, whatever it is. Okay. Now we've also got, from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, we've got the Chop Wood card. This goes along very well with this Vigilance card because this is also about paying attention to the small details, focusing on the small, menial, mundane tasks that need to be done right now. It's not about charging ahead or making some crazy big move. This is about focusing on what's right in front of you and doing it with vigilance, doing it with care, putting like that sense of spirit into everything you do, even if it's making coffee. Make that coffee with your full present spiritual self right there, all right? Pay attention to how that coffee is brewing. We also have Infinite Supply from the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. So if you're feeling some kind of lack right now, and this can be financial, it can be emotional, it can be in any way, you'll understand. This card is telling you that regardless of the situation that you need to be so present for and focused on, it's okay. You're not losing anything. Don't be vigilant out of fear. The universe is guiding you through this, and it's going to supply you with everything that you need for this journey. The key is to stay aware, stay vigilant, pay attention to what is going on. And you'll always be able to tap into the infinite supply of the universe. All right, let's add some context to this. I'm going to choose now from my Tarot of the Spirit deck by Pamela Eakins. And the way we're going to do this reading is we're going to do five categories. The past leading up to now, your biggest challenge, where you're at, some advice from the universe, and then some advice from the universe, and then a potential. It's not an absolute. It's a potential for what's coming down the pipe. Whoa, that's a lot. All right, I'm going to leave it. And I'm also going to clarify here with the Morgan Greer deck. I like the Tarot of the Spirit because it really speaks to the inner work that we have to do. It's not because, getting further ahead in life is not always about taking big actions out in the world, right? A lot of it has to do with the way we develop ourselves from the inside out. So let me get started here. I'm not done totally pulling cards, but we've got the Brother Fire to start off. This is the past up to now. So you may have been moving really quickly and with an idea or a project or a relationship. Something's been moving really fast. You've been really inspired. Maybe it's felt really good. Brother Fire can be a little bit impulsive too, so that might have been a part of your story up to now. But for the most part, this indicates like some great inspiration and like this impetus to move forward. And it is clarified by, well, we've got the Sun in reverse, and we've got this Nine of Wands. Now, with the Nine of Wands, this is when we're feeling a little bit trapped. We're feeling trapped, like we're in like almost like a prison of our own design here. The rods represent like our ideas, and he can't really see the view because of like the ideas that he's created. So with this Brother Fire, perhaps you've been inspired to move past what you've already accomplished. Maybe you've been starting to feel a little trapped, a little blocked in, and this Brother Fire has kind of been knocking at your door, like, hey, come on, let's shake some stuff up. You've got this Sun in reverse. And so what this tells me when it's combined with this Nine of Rods is that like you can't see all that's so wonderful and good in front of you. Like you're missing it. You're missing something. And it's because you're kind of blinded by your own parameters that you have set around something. All right. So I think that's why this Brother Fire, it's like you feeling a new sense of inspiration. Maybe you don't know where it's coming from, or it's confusing, and you're even afraid to move forward because you don't want to rattle the cages, but it might be time. Let's see what else is coming for because we're going to look at now your biggest challenge. And we've got the Eight of Wind. Cards are freaking out. All right, we've got the Eight of Wind. Oh, here we go. All right. Yes. All right. Eight of Wind. Your biggest challenge is to get out of your head. Because you know deep down what you want to do, or the direction you want to go, the choice you want to make, or just deep down that something has to change. But you get stuck in your head. Yeah, it was like I was saying before, maybe a little afraid to like rattle your own cages, but it's kind of getting on your nerves. It's like there's a battle inside of you between like your ego and your soul, because your ego is like, keep everything in place, don't move anything, don't touch anything. But your soul is like, oh, let's go, let's be free, let's do something else. This is getting tired. And with this Magician card, this is a card of manifesting, of bringing ideas to fruition. And you have the ability to do that. And you're blocking yourself from doing it with your fear, with your anxiety, with your doubts, with just that ego. The ego wants to be comfortable. It never wants to change. It'd be happiest if you were just living under a rock and you never moved again. Well, you don't want to do that. Like, let's just say no to ego. That was really weird. All right. But yeah, like you have the potential here to create something more for yourself. Because not saying that everything you've created here amounts to nothing or is no good. It's just time to move past that, to move forward now. Time to go. And remember, the universe is going to be there to back you up and help you out. Infinite supply. Okay. So that was your past up to now and what's challenging you the most. And we're going to take a look at exactly where you are at now. All right. And it looks like, it is time to move. 10 of water. All 10s indicate a cycle coming to a close. With a 10 of water, this indicates something more emotional. It can be relationship, or it could just be something or a way of life that you're very, very emotionally attached to, any kind of situation. And you're moving forward and you're not necessarily leaving anything behind. It's time to expand. It's time to grow. You see, like the fountain, it's like spewing water everywhere. It can't be contained in the container anymore. It wants to spout out. It wants to be more than what it presently is. And something inside of you wants to be more than it presently is. You're blocking it though with your nerves, I think. And yeah, because with this 7 of Pentacles, okay, when this is in the upright, this guy's looking to the future. He's accomplished a bunch of things and he's thinking, all right, how can I move this forward? What else can I do? Where can I take this next? But when it's in the reverse, you're not. You need to be thinking in those terms, but you're not. You might just be getting stuck here. Whoops, that's upside down. You might just be getting stuck here with like, oh my God, I feel like stuff's changing and I don't like it. All right, so take note of that because remember, this is supposed to happen. Whatever shift you're about to make, whatever transformation, elevation, change, shift, whatever, you can't avoid this. To avoid it just causes more trouble. So remember to breathe. If you're freaking out, even just listening to this, take those 3 deep breaths because this really is for your greater good. All right, now we're going to look at some advice, from the universe here. Just get my clarifier out. Okay, there it is. Oops, don't spill the coffee. All right, we're starting with the 2 of water, the sacred cord. So the advice from the universe here is to connect to the universe or your sense of God. Your sense of God is your intuition, whatever it is that makes you feel empowered. And for example, or if you pray, like you want to develop this connection to the divine, the spiritual, your intuition, whatever it is for you. That's going to help you get through this. This is going to bring you joy. This is going to keep you connected to that infinite supply. This is going to help you understand what little tasks you have to take care of and make a decision. Wow, this is crazy. This goes along so well with the story I've been telling thus far with these cards, okay? With the 2 of Swords in reverse, when it's in the upright, this indicates like a difficult decision that needs to be made. And here is like procrastinating on making that difficult decision, all right? Blindfolded, crossed arms, like closed off, doesn't want to look, doesn't want to see. But if you can connect and, get centered, get into your grounded space, talk to God or whatever you like to do, make this connection and you'll be able to make the decision and it's not going to hurt. That's the key. When we are connected, the decisions that we have to make, the actions we have to take aren't always what we expect or wanted, but it's a lot less painful. Like you can feel the grace or the ease when you're connected and you're trying to move forward. So that's the advice from the universe. Now we got a ton of cards here that fell out for the potential in the future. So I'm just going to clarify here with one of these, with my Morgan Greer deck, and then we're going to get right into it. All right. Let's start with Tarot of the Spirit. So, what you are moving towards, if you follow the advice of everything so far, is clarity. And it really, that brings us the most ease of all, doesn't it? Even when we're faced with something we don't want to deal with, when we have clarity, it makes it a lot better. And that's what you want to go for. Stay on your path. Don't veer off of it. Don't let your nerves freak you out in that way. Okay? Things are changing. Things are changing. And again, it cannot be avoided. Your best option is to just go with the flow, so to speak, because things are going to change in a way that like they cannot go back. And you're going to get a sense of that. You're going to really understand that. So again, when you start feeling yourself freaking out, breathe, meditate. That's what this Sister Fire card is all about. That very idea that when we feel like we're just losing it, we have to find that activity or that action that brings us back home, brings us back to center, brings us back to clarity and that space, because you're ready to build a new foundation. Okay, you're ready to, well, you will be ready to do it. You have to go through this little process here first and heed the message of the universe, the wisdom, because this is like a new foundation that's going to come into play based on your action, based on the action that you take. So even though you're like maybe a little nervous to move forward, just take the little step. Look, this is now the Seven of Earth card again. We saw this guy the first time over here. So look, here it's in reverse and here it's upright. Why? Because you're going to change your mind. That's why. Because you're going to do it. Because you're going to stop blinding yourself. You're going to flip this guy upside down and be like, yeah, there's a future out there and I want a piece of that action. All right. So what you want to do is envision. What's your vision? What fills your heart, so to speak? In this, whatever this change is that's coming that you know you need to make, well, what would make it amazing? Do some what ifing. Let yourself go with the daydreaming. And it doesn't mean that, you know, the whole big picture is going to come to fruition immediately, but it's time to start taking the steps. We've got this King of Pentacles in reverse. You got to turn this guy upside. That's the task, is turning this guy right side up again. So this guy represents like abundance and stability and security. All right. And I think right now you're not feeling that. You're not feeling that. Okay. And so the work here is to flip this guy right side up again, so that you become this person. And I think what these cards are saying is like you have the potential. All right. But there's some stuff you got to do. There's just no getting around that. Okay, let's finish this off with an Angel Oracle card to give us, oh my God. Oh my God, look at this. What am I just talking about? You're ready and abundance. Oh my, you can't make this stuff up, people. You just can't. All right, do it. Take some action. Get going, because there's abundance waiting for you. Remember, watch this video again if you need to follow the advice. But you're ready, and you've got good stuff waiting for you. If you'd like some clarification on this, how this applies to you, or what you specifically need to do to get that ball rolling, please book a reading with me. I'm at tiffanylives.com. The link is below. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram. And of course, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and share it with your friends. All right. It was great to work with you. I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.